No.
And why not, love?
You know why not.
Come on, what's wrong with you? Look, we are engaged. I'm not gonna tell anyone, am I?
Have you got anything?
I'll be careful, eh?
No, it's not worth risking it. We've waited this long. I still love you.
Oh, well, that's all right then, innit?
Alan! I'm sorry.
You stupid, bloody beast! Get the hell out of my garden! Go and get right out! And have alone that bloody woman! Get out of it!
I know it wasn't your ambition to be a housewife, but you are now becoming a good cook.
Oh, I'll get a job sooner or later.
Well, you could always stay at home for a bit.
And do what? Have children?
Eh?
Isn't that what people do? And we did say we wanted a family.
Yeah, eventually.
I'll have a baby when I want one, not because I've nothing else to do.
Good. So what are you going to do this afternoon?
I know what I'd like to do. I'd like to go for a long walk across the moor. And then come back and have hot toasted tea cakes by the hearth. And then make love in front of a roaring fire.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you have to go to work.
I'll be home by 6. Get the fire going.
Mr. Sykes. Constable. 3 times, Mr. Owen. And now this.
Oh, dear. Is this of value, Mr. Sykes?
Beyond price to me. That woman on her damned horse. Well, what am I to do?
Well, you could bring an action against Miss Lambton.
You've got to do something about her.
Well, we better catch him first.
You naughty, naughty boy. Whatever am I going to do with you?
That's what I want to know, madam. This can't go on.
There's nothing I can do, officer. Leave Apollo alone for 5 minutes and off he goes exploring like Marco Polo.
Well, something's got to be done, Miss Lambton. If Mr. Sykes were to sue, it could cost you a packet.
Oh, let him sue. I've no money. It all goes on this little darling.
Well, Mr. Sykes reckons that this little darling of yours has done a considerable amount of damage.
Stupid man. All he cares about is cabbages, weeds and cabbages.
He does have the right to enjoy his garden without your horse trampling all over it.
But he's such a good jumper. He just sails over the fences.
Well, this time you run a serious risk of prosecution. You'll have to keep him secure.
Surely not. He's such an independent spirit.
Then why can't you tether him?
Tether him? Apollo?
Yes.
He's not a dog, Constable.
Hello, Sandra. Nick's not here at the moment. Do you want to leave a message?
Actually, Mrs. Rowan, it's you I wanted to see.
Come on, Ian. Come on. I really fancy you, you know. But you don't get many girls who say yeah on the first day.
The thing is, I've been talking to Alan's mum about the baby.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. And I wanted to talk to you too. Only it's a bit difficult to know where to start.
Well, the first thing is not to feel as if it's the end of the world. Have you spoken to your parents yet?
Hang on. I'm not pregnant. And I want to stay that way and all. Alan's mum was telling me about the pill. I know I should really be seeing Dr. Ferrenby. But the thing is, I feel happier talking to a woman about it. And you did talk to Alan's mum.
Alan's mother is a bit older.
You can get pregnant just as easily at my age.
And she's married and has had 6 children.
And I thought you were different.
So you reckoned you could come to me and I'd say, fine. Jump into bed with anybody you want. All you have to do is take one little pill and everything will be all right.
But I don't want to jump into bed with just anybody.
Just with Alan?
Yeah.
So why not wait till you get married?
Because we don't want to get married till his business gets going, till we've got some money together. Me and Alan love each other. Why shouldn't we make love? It's nearly happened a couple of times already. And when it does happen, I don't want any mistakes. I don't want us both landed with a bundle of trouble before either of us are ready for it. That's why I came to see you. That's actually being responsible in my book.
Yes, it is. Look, the trouble is Dr. Ferrenby's your GP. I can't prescribe you the pill. But what I can do is put you in touch with a family planning clinic in York. They'll be able to help.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Well, don't you want to?
Of course I do.
Well, come on, then.
I'm sorry, I don't know why. Shut up!
I'm sorry. It don't matter. Honest. Come on. Come on, let's try again.
Not likely. Get off.
Hey, that hurt.
Just because I don't feel like it, there's no need to make fun.
Just because you can't do it, there's no need to take it out on me.
Who says I can't do it? Don't go saying things like that.
You nutter!
Bitch.
You bloody maniac, you should be locked up!
It was great. It made me feel like I was doing some good.
Yeah, well, I hope Alan's grateful.
Sandra's the one who'd be left holding a baby. I don't think Alan gives a damn.
My dad used to do this.
So did mine. The way she looked at me, it was like I was the wisest woman in the world.
Well, you were telling her what she wanted to hear.
I was telling her what she needed to know. It's nice to feel useful again. Nick, you're setting the house on fire!
Right. You should have another word with Alex.
What, about a job?
Well, you've shown him what you can do. There must be some things that even he'd rather leave to a woman.
Oh, yeah. Washing, ironing, cleaning.
Well, he could be right, you know.
I'll get it. I'll get you!
You don't need someone help. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so selfish. I find a change of mind and open up the doors. Can I feel down? And I should be being bad.
We've got something for you.
What's this?
Don't spoil surprise.
What's this?
What's it look like?
I know what it is. What's it doing here?
An angry Scotsman brought it in.
A bloke called Sykes.
I think it was a comment about you.
You what?
Not getting results.
Now listen, Laurel and Hardy. What's going on?
The Greek god has been on the rampage again.
Apollo.
Trampled Sykes' seedlings.
Very pained he was.
He said that you promised you'd sort it out.
I'll have another word with that woman. In the meantime, what am I supposed to do with this?
Do you want to tell him, Alf? Or should I?
Well, it's evidence, Nick, lad. I should file it. I'd suggest under the letter S.
You like filing, do you, Ventris?
Oh, yes.
Good. Rowan, my office now. And we'll leave this little package for Constable Bellamy to dispose of. My roses, Bellamy. If you can't think of anything better.
Sarge.
2 suspicious A-barn fires in as many months. What you doing about it, Constable?
Well, I took some statements last night, Sergeant. One from the farmer, Mrs. Helen Brigsby. She mentioned a motorbike.
Motorbike?
Yeah, she heard it passing sometime after 5 o'clock. Made quite a racket, apparently. Interfered with the TV. Her little niece was hopping mad. She was trying to watch Crackerjack.
Crackerjack?
Yeah, well, something wrong with the exhaust, I reckon.
And you reckon this motorbike belongs to the arsonist, do you?
Well, I did find motorbike tyre tracks just outside the barn, Sergeant. And I also found this inside.
A necklace. So now you reckon this arsonist on this motorbike is a woman?
Well, I don't know, Sergeant.
No. You don't actually know a lot, do you, Constable?
It's a start, though, Sergeant.
I'm not interested in starts, Constable. I'm only interested in finishes.
Who the hell does he think I am? Sherlock Holmes? Where was the other fire?
Before your time. Elsinby.
Eh?
E-L-S-I-N-B-Y.
Suspected arson. Loss of hay and barn. Noise of motorbike. Disturbed farmer just before fire discovered.
Elementary. My dear Rowan.
All alone? It's not like you.
Well, it's not surprising, is it? Not with this.
How did you do that?
This fella took me for a ride. Terrific bike. Ended up in a barn on the moor. I was willing. When it come to it, he couldn't do it. So I started to laugh.
So he hit you?
You can say that again.
Who was he?
Oh, you don't know him. Lad from Manningby, Ian. I don't know his surname.
He could have really injured you giving you a whack like that, you know.
Yeah, I know. I quite envy you sometimes, having someone steady.
Yeah, I'm a lucky girl. I'm sorry, Maggie.
I'll only be 2 minutes, young man.
I'm sorry, I'll have to move it.
2 minutes, that's all.
I've learned my lesson, it left a scar. And now I see how you really are. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no
Greengrass. What are you doing here?
I'm here to do my civic duty.
I'll get you for obstruction next time.
I wasn't obstructing, I was just trying to do my civic duty. I shall report you
Go
to the
on,
council.
clear off.
Fed up with you, lot.
What was all that about?
Oh, some cock and bull story about poachers or something.
Cruel Jeremiah Greengrass, poacher turned gamekeeper. What's he up to?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, you didn't let him get that far.
We just told him we were applying the first rule of Ashfordley policing. Never believe a single word that Claude Jeremiah Greengrass.
I agree, Constable. And I've got other fish to fry. P.C. Rowan. In here, now!
So, what have you been doing? When you put again?
Constable, do your flies up.
Yes, Sergeant?
I thought you should have the chance to comment on this, P.C. Rowan, before I pass it on to the superintendent. It's all about you.
Bloody woman.
A complaint? Who from?
A Miss Angela Hamilton, J.P.
A magistrate.
Yeah, professional committee member. Parish council, Women's Institute, you name it. I booked her car the other day, causing an obstruction.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, she claimed she was on vital council business and asked Blaketon to drop the matter. I think he's scared of her.
Was she? On council business?
Nah, she was in the fishmongers. Yeah, well, he's on the council too, but I think...
It's a load of old cod.
Exactly.
Hello?
Dr. Ferrenby.
Yeah?
The new village policeman. Or rather, his wife.
Kate Rowan, yes.
Is she qualified as a doctor?
Mm-mm. Yes.
Well, it seems she's setting up in opposition to you.
It's about the best you can see.
I know you're not on duty,
Well, he's never off duty.
but seeing as you're here, those two blokes over there, I heard them talking while I was collecting glasses. Didn't pay any attention at first. Thought they were just fishermen getting in a bit of lake sport. But I heard one of them discussing what size nets to use.
Do you think they're poachers? Thanks, George.
Just thought you should know. Civic duty, really.
I think you might have known that already. Well, Claude Jeremiah told us a similar story.
Greengrass?
He came into the station talking about some gang of poachers. We just thought he'd fallen out with some mates. That bloody animal.
What is it? What's happened?
It's Apollo, Miss Lambton. I'm afraid there's been an accident.
Apollo? Oh, no.
A car and a bike were involved.
Tell me he's all right.
The cyclist has minor
Well,
injuries.
Apollo, he's not dead.
The horse is fine, Miss Lambton.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but people could have been killed. Your horse caused the accident.
Well, where is he? I must see him.
You can't, I'm afraid. Not tonight, anyway. I told you 3 times. If you couldn't control your animal, then steps would be taken.
Steps? What have you done with him?
He's in the animal pound.
You've taken him away.
And he'll stay there until my superintendent decides whether to press charges.
Well, you can't take him away from me.
Don't worry, he'll be well looked after, Miss Lambton. Good night.
Everything went really well. Pick up the prescription next week.
I'm pleased for you, Sandra.
So's Alan. He's been getting a bit impatient.
Well, just remind him he can't afford to live dangerously. Not till the pill takes effect.
I'll make sure of that. Girl I know's been living a bit dangerously. She went out with some biker from Manningby. Got herself knocked about a bit. Dreadful bruise she's got.
Do I know her?
Girl called Maggie. She hangs around the pub a lot. Took her to some barn or other, that's where it happened.
So you mean he just beat her up?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
She should be all right. Thanks for the lift. That's just Miss Hamilton, taking a notice.
Aidensfield, please.
Kate,
Alex, how are you?
I was wondering if I could come over and see you
Yes, of course.
this evening.
Alex, is something wrong?
I'll tell you later if you don't mind. Shall we say 8 o'clock then?
Fine. It wasn't a consultation. It was just a piece of friendly advice. Any woman would have done the same. Anyway, what would you have done if Sandra Murray had come to you?
I would have acted in her best interest.
In her best interests or according to your prejudices?
I beg your pardon. I hope I always act in my patient's best interests.
So, what would you have done?
I would probably have counseled restraint.
But you wouldn't have prescribed the pill.
Sandra Murray is not married unless there are good medical reasons for
What
prescribing.
about good social reasons? Remember Mrs. Maskell?
A quite different case. In my view, drugs shouldn't be prescribed for social reasons. And whatever your pop stars may say on television, I still believe in morality.
Where's the morality in unwanted pregnancies?
Precisely. And I am saying, what about self-control?
Alex, we're not living in utopia. We have to deal with ordinary, fallible humans.
Doctors are fallible too, you know, and scientists. You know as well as I do how much the pill affects the hormone system.
Patients are examined regularly. And I would certainly recommend a rest period every few years.
See? So you've got it all worked out, eh? Free copulation courtesy of the NHS.
Alex, please!
At what cost? In the end, do you know? Do you care? No, I know. I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. I'm past it. I'm square.
How did you know I'd spoken to Sandra?
Have you forgotten how fast news travels in a village like this? If you want to make your home here, you'll have to learn to respect village opinion.
Miss Hamilton.
And until I decide to retire, I am a doctor in this village.
Yes, Doctor.
I finally got through to you, pointy heads, have I?
Some new information came through, Mr. Greengrass.
Right. What's all this about poachers?
What's it worth? £5?
£5?
Yeah. That's young Cotton here. He'll tell you all coppers have got a slush fund for tip-offs.
Not in Ashfordley, they haven't.
I've seen it on the telly.
Greengrass.
A reward for information leading to an arrest.
The only arrest round here, Greengrass, will be you, if you don't tell me what you know. And right now and all.
It's a gang from York. The word is they're going to hit Lord Ashfordley's river this week.
Whereabouts on the river? There's miles of it.
Are you sure I don't get any money for this? Not even a cup of tea?
Oh, I think we might run to a cup of tea, mightn't we, Sergeant? In return for some real information.
I wouldn't say no to a biscuit.
Now then, Greengrass. Let's have your information.
Well, I'll tell you, but only because I don't think it's right. These outsiders coming in, stealing our fish. Stealing young Lord Ashfordley's fish.
Get on with it, man.
Victoria Bend, I've heard, tonight.
Victoria Bend?
Yeah, it's one of the best poaching spots on the river and all. So I've heard, like. Where's my biscuit?
Let's go to the pub. I fancy a drink.
Now, don't let Ferrenby get to you, love.
Are you coming?
What about me supper?
Oh, get a bag of crisps or something.
Now, come on, love, sit down. I can't go for a drink. I'm on duty later.
Well, you're off duty now.
But I'm on duty tonight. And you know Blaketon.
Tell him to mind his own business. He's as bad as Alex.
You can't compare him to Alex.
Of course you can. I mean, look at them. They're both set in their ways. Anything new is a heresy, a personal insult.
Blaketon might be a pain in the arse, but he's a good copper.
Trying to drag this place into the 20th century. I mean, who the hell does Alex think he is? Sandra Murray couldn't talk to him about contraception in a million years. He's still applying leeches. It's not funny.
Decision on Miss Hamilton?
Aye. File's gone upstairs. I think this time she'll have to pay her fine.
See. So we better keep our heads down for a bit.
We, Rowan? Oh, no. You.
Well, I'm the new boy, I suppose.
Aye. And a foreigner.
Oh, thank you, Sergeant.
Nevertheless, you're keen, enthusiastic. But just go careful. Remember. Fools rush in.
If you gotta make a fool of somebody, if you gotta make a fool of someone, dear, you really kinda hurt me.
Right, how many? There's 2 of them. Bellamy's on the other bank. Well, come on, let's get them. Look at a net and tackle. It's clear what they're up to. Aye, to you and me, maybe. But magistrates are queer creatures. I don't want 2 flyboys from York telling them they got lost walking their dog. No, when they actually put their nets in the water. You grab them.
Just to be near you.
Police, you're under arrest, and you go.
Very satisfying indeed. I do like to let my officers know when they've done well. So, Entris, Bellamy,
Thanks, Sarge.
Rowan.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Very tasty, Sarge.
Vegetarian, are you?
He's on a diet.
There's only one of these.
Ashfordley Police Station.
Give me a sergeant.
Lord Ashfordley, for you.
Sergeant Blaketon.
Where the devil have you fellas been all night?
We've just caught 2 poachers at Victoria Bend.
2? Good God, man. While you lot were sitting on your backsides, 10 of the buggers were emptying my best pool.
No. Did you say 10?
Damned incompetence, I call it. Dosiest bunch of clod-hopping, flat-footed, feather-braid loafers I've ever come across. I'll be on to the Chief Inspector in the morning.
Now, just you listen to me. I'll not have you or anyone insulting my men. They did a damn fine job for you tonight, and you can't expect me to police the entire river. That's your keeper's job. And if you want any more assistance, I'll need an apology. My lord. Well, I really enjoyed that. Ventris, tomorrow morning, bring in Greengrass. We've been had.
Alfred! Come here! I'll have you gelded. Oh.
What's this?
It's all right, they're grilled, not poached. Did his lordship phone back?
I think he was too stunned. I've never seen Blakeson like that before.
For once, I'm on his side. You can't have one law for the rich and powerful and another for the rest of us.
Now, Lord Ashfordley only wants the police for his own private army of gamekeepers.
Exactly. People who really need the police tend to stay away from them.
No, that's not true, though.
Oh, no? I heard about a girl who got beaten up by some yob last week. She hasn't been near you lot.
Why not?
That's difficult for someone in her position. I mean, how do you think Blaketon would respond to a girl who says, I was in a barn having a bit of slap and tickle and this bloke beat me up?
What's this girl's name?
Maggie.
Do you know where the barn was?
No. Sandra said they went off on a motorbike somewhere.
Sandra? What's this bloke's name?
I don't know.
All right, I've got to go.
Nick, what about your breakfast?
It's not much, but it's got everything I need. And it meant I could chuck my job in at shop.
Well, I'm glad it's all working out for you. Business good?
Ain't much yet. Just a couple of services. New clutch on a Vela set and a new exhaust on a Triumph Tiger 90.
A new exhaust?
Aye. Some lad from Manningby. Any road, what can I do for you?
Well, actually, it was Sandra I came to see. About that friend of yours. Got herself beaten up.
Maggie? She's not a friend, really. She's just someone I knew at school. She's a bit... you know. But she didn't deserve getting knocked about.
Do you know where I can find her?
She's usually in the pub. But I don't know that she'd want to make a complaint or whatever it is.
Right. Alan, this bloke from Manningby, you got his address?
There'll be an invoice somewhere. What's it all about, then?
Ah, it's probably nothing. Any chance of getting this Maggie to pop into the station tonight, say about 7:30?
I don't know. What if she doesn't want to? You know, complain.
We'll tell her we found something that we think belongs to her. Miss Lambton's put the horse in a livery stables, Mr. Sykes. I think your garden should be safe now. Yeah, I know I said that last time, but I hardly think the horse is going to travel all the way from Elsinby just to wreck your garden, sir. Right. My pleasure.
Is there Greengrass here yet?
We're not here, Sarge.
Oh, Sarge, about the arse.
Not now, Rowan. Go and get Greengrass.
Sergeant.
Now!
How was Lord Ashfordley, Sarge?
Well, he said he saw my point of view, Ventris.
Oh, good, Sarge.
Yes, well, he's a very reasonable man, his lordship. He understood completely when I explained the demands made on the modern police force.
Oh, good. I wouldn't have wanted to spend another night on that riverbank.
However, we can't turn a blind eye to crimes of that magnitude.
If you're done with your court, Sarge.
Well, I visited the scene of the crime with Lord Ashfordley. Well, I had to show willing, after all.
I'm sure you did.
And to make sure that gang doesn't come back, we're going to have an obvious police presence on the river for the next 2 weeks. And since I can't think of anyone more obvious, Ventris. You're there tonight. The real story, Greengrass. I want the real story, and I want it now.
What real story would that be, sir?
And the names of the real poachers, not those Mickey Mouse decoys you put us onto.
Decoys? You caught them stealing fish, didn't you?
Aye, well, their mates were stealing a bloody sight more 2 mile downstream.
Oh, and that's all my fault, is it?
Of course it is.
Oh, just because you followed the wrong blokes?
Because you deliberately put us on the wrong track.
It's a good job there's no witnesses here, Mr. Blaketon, that's all I can say.
Greengrass.
My solicitor would have you for slander.
One day, Greengrass, your solicitor will have me for murder.
Claude, my mum sent me up for salmon.
Hey?
Well, all the christening food's done apart from that, and you said you'd let us have it today.
Oh, yeah, well, I've been thinking about that. You don't really need salmon, do you?
Don't we?
No, not for a christening. You want something like pheasant, you know, just something a bit more classy-like.
Yeah, that's what you said about the salmon. Like Queen has and that lot.
I know, well, that's the trouble, you see. Everybody has it. You want something a bit special, don't you? Like, you know, for a christening.
I've never had salmon, and we paid for salmon.
I know that, but you see, I've got these pheasants, and they've been hanging for about a week. I'm not kidding. They're fantastic, and I'll tell you the honest truth. They're more expensive than fish, but seeing as you're an old pal, you can have them for the same price.
Looks like I'll have to go and get me dad.
There's no need to get your dad involved.
No. Not if you have a salmon waiting for me when I come back tomorrow.
Alfred, this is all your fault, isn't it? I'll bloody murder you if you do that again.
It could be just coincidence, of course.
But you will prosecute him for assault.
Yeah, the girl might not turn up to identify him. And even if she does, she might declare undying love for him.
If she's any sense, she'll make sure he doesn't take liberties with anyone else.
Even if he is the one who beat her up, it still doesn't make him our arsonist.
If it happened on the same night.
We'll see. Right. I best be off.
Nick, Mrs. Maskell wants me to be the godmother. What do you think?
I think you look great in a tutu and a magic wand in your hand.
I'm serious.
What's the problem?
Well, I've never been asked before.
Hey, listen. Either that baby or Mrs. Maskell would be here now if you hadn't been at the birth.
It's a huge responsibility. I mean, I'd have to make sure she was brought up properly. Goes to Sunday school.
You'll cope. It's nice to be asked.
I suppose so. And we did want to be accepted here. Right.
Just promise me one thing.
What?
When you hold that baby in your arms, you won't start fancying one of your own.
I'll tell you what I do fancy.
What?
An early night.
What number?
55.
Here we go. 61. 57. 57, here we go.
Here we are.
Hey!
Do you think he's been tipped off?
No chance.
Catch up with him, we could do him for speeding.
Lost him.
Mrs. Streetlights, dear. So what now? Time to go home?
Elsinby's a while back. Then Brigsby's barn. I think we should check a few.
There must be hundreds, Nick.
Well, Janet would just have to wait, wouldn't she? Or was it Linda tonight?
An hour, OK? Well, then I'm going.
Right.
What did you have to tell the police for?
I didn't. I told his wife.
Well, he's a copper, ain't he? They pick on you, don't they?
Mr. Rowan's all right. Anyway, he asked me to tell you they found something they think belongs to you. Something personal.
Did he say what?
There's only one way to find out. Come on, I'll go with you.
Sorry, love.
Hey, look. This definitely is. Put that out. Come on, son.
So what are you going to do me for? Trespassing?
You think I'd be wasting my time on trespass? Even if I could do you for that.
So why are you wasting my time?
How about assault? Occasioning actual bodily harm.
Who was supposed to be? I was on my own, remember?
This time? What about last week? Or do you thump so many women you can't remember beating up a girl called Maggie?
I don't know any girls called Maggie.
That was in a barn too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She left this behind. We found it in the barn.
You've got the wrong bloke, mister. Can I go now? Only I've got a date.
You still haven't told me what you were doing in that barn.
No, having a fag.
Dangerous places to smoke, hay barns. They burn down. Elsinby a while back, and then Brigsby's. Or were they both accidents?
Look, I don't know any girls called Maggie, and I don't set fire to barns. Now, unless there's something else, I'm going. You can't keep me.
Sit down and wait there. Right, Phil. Come this way, Maggie.
This is Maggie Braithwaite.
Hello, Maggie. This way.
What's he doing here?
Do you know this man?
Yeah. He's the one who beat me up.
I never hit no one.
Yes, you did. You couldn't get it up, so you took it out on me, you bastard.
What's going on?
You're out without that bite between your legs.
And you wonder why I cracked her.
You want to lock him up, mister? He's sick.
It's not me who's sick. It's her laughing at me. They're all the bloody same, the stupid tards.
Enough. Do you recognise this, Maggie?
Yeah, it's mine. It was a present from my mum. He snatched it off me in the barn.
Well, we'll have to keep it for a while. It'll be required as evidence.
Be a pleasure.
Well, that's all for now, thank you, Maggie. OK, Sandra. I'll see you get your necklace back.
Right.
We'll be in touch. Thanks, ladies. Good night.
Good night.
I've heard about blokes like you before. Only way they can get their kicks is fire-raising. Setting something ablaze. Like a barn.
No, that's crap.
It's not, is it, son? You need help.
I'll tell you what I don't need. Clever cows like her laughing at me. Do you think they know? Nobody knows.
Oh, they do, son. Ian Clayton, you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. But what you say will be taken down and may be given in evidence.
Well done, Rowan. Let's hope they lock him up and throw away the key.
I'm not sure prison would do Ian Clayton much good.
Serious offence, lad. Judge and jury.
Now, what I mean is I think he needs help. A psychiatrist, that sort of thing.
Is this your wife's influence by any chance?
No, Sergeant.
Just because a lad imagines he's James Bond, that's no reason to waste ratepayers' money on head shrinkers.
No, Sergeant.
Now, What about green grass?
I've never been a godmother before. I must say I rather like it.
You'll do it fine. Thanks for everything, Mrs. Rowan.
Mrs. Maskell?
Oh, I'm so glad you could come, Sergeant.
Mrs. Rowan?
Sergeant?
Well, that's very nice. What is it? Male or female?
She's called Francesca, Sergeant.
Very nice.
It's cream cakes for afters, you know. Everyone in the village has chipped in with something.
Cream cakes.
Yeah, Sergeant, I still think we might have been a bit hasty with Greengrass.
Hasty?
Yeah, he might not have been involved in that poaching business. He could have been set up, same as us.
You may be a clever dick from London, Rowan, who solved the arson business, but hereabouts there are some things that don't change. And one of those is never give that man the benefit of doubt. Salmon. Salmon. Green grass.
It's all right, Sergeant. They'll keep till another day.
Why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Heartbeat, why does a love kiss stay in my memory?